So mistakes people make dealing with doctors after they've been hurt. It's kind of a confusing thing. Nobody is used to being injured, and so when you lay on top of that a legal case when somebody else is at fault for you being hurt, it gets confusing. But there's some simple answers. Deal with the medicine first, deal with getting better, do the best you can to be a good patient. That means going to the right doctors at the right times. That means going to see the doctor promptly after you've been hurt. It means telling the doctor everything that's wrong with you and all your prior history. You don't want to hold anything back. The doctor needs to know this stuff. It means keeping your appointments, not skipping appointments. You don't want people judging you later and thinking, well, gosh, was he really hurt that bad if he skipped a bunch of appointments? Remember, although you want to really focus on just getting better and being the best patient, what can be a problem is people are going to be looking over your shoulder a year down the road, 2 years down the road, and they're going to be wondering sometimes how legitimate is all this. So we've got a list that we put up on our website, and I'm going to tell you now of what we think are probably the 10 most common mistakes that people make after they've been hurt in an accident in terms of dealing with doctors and doing the best they can. Item 1 on our list is failing to seek immediate medical attention after a traumatic event. I mean, if you've been hurt and you don't go see a doctor for a week or so, people wonder about that. I mean, gosh, was he or she really hurt that bad or not? And vice versa, if you haven't been hurt that bad, hey, there's no sense trying to exaggerate anything. Just be the patient and don't worry about, trying to come up with a lawsuit type stuff. So that's item 1, is failing to seek prompt medical attention. Item 2 is failing to tell the doctor everything about your prior medical history, your prior injury history. Look, if this is not your first accident and you've had a neck injured before, they need to know that. And if you don't tell them that, it's a problem. Item 3, another mistake is trying to get the doctor involved prematurely in your legal case, talking to your doctor about your legal case. Look, leave that to the lawyers. We can take care of that. Your job with the doctor is just to be the best patient you can, to listen to the doctor, to follow the doctor's advice, and to get as well as you can get. We'll take care of talking to the doctors. Item 4, missing appointments or showing up late for appointments. These telegraph to people sitting on a jury later on that, well, hey, maybe it wasn't that bad if they're not paying attention to their medical care. Also, frankly, it's going to alienate the doctor, the nurses, and whatnot. You want to be a cooperative, pleasant, easy to get along with patient, and it helps make them more cooperative. Item 5 on our list, failing to get your pain accurately documented in your medical records. Now, you can always look later on at your medical record. You can get a copy of it from your doctor. We've got other videos on that subject. It's very easy. You just need to make sure, for starters, that you tell the doctor everything that's wrong with you, every part of your body that's been hurt. Sometimes it changes over time. It's very common in an auto accident, for example, that people feel okay right at the scene, but then they've been jostled up and they realize maybe a day later, 2 days later, that, hey, I'm starting to feel some real serious problems here. And that's okay, but it just needs to be told totally to the doctor, and it's not a bad idea to check up later, make sure the doctor has recorded it accurately. But again, no exaggeration, please. It's not good for you. It's not going to make your case stronger. If you exaggerate, it's going to look peculiar. You're going to alienate the doctor. Don't do it. Just be as candid as you can be. Item 6 on our list, failing to tell the doctor if you're having trouble working because of the injury. Lots of us try to soldier through and try to go to work even when we're hurting badly, or worse than that is if you find sometimes that your mental processes are affected and it's, you're not remembering things like you used to, you're just not as sharp as you were before. This is a common aftermath of an accident, but if it's not documented anywhere in a doctor's record that you were having such problems, hey, it's like, hey, he didn't talk about it, therefore it didn't happen. So if you're having trouble working for any reason after an accident, be sure to tell the doctor about it. Item 7 on the list of common mistakes people make, failing to take medicine that's prescribed for you. Why would you get a prescription and either not fill it or not take the medicine? I'm not saying you don't want to, you should be addicted to painkillers or anything like that. Far from it. But if you are prescribed medicine to help you get better, hey, take the medicine. It's just part of the general philosophy of if you've been hurt, be a patient first. Don't worry about the legal thing. Item 8 on the list of common mistakes people make is stopping medical attention too soon. Nobody likes going to the doctor if they don't have to, and some people, they're still hurting, they're limping, whatever, and they think, well, to heck with it, I'm not going to go anymore. But that's a mistake. You really need to get to your maximum level of improvement and get a doctor to see that, and then stop going to the doctor. Item number 9 on our list of mistakes is failing to follow treatment recommendations that relate to mental stuff like depression, anxiety. Lots of people get problems along this line. People get, nightmares, for example, after an accident. You'll wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes for a while, and sometimes it can last a real long while, depending on how bad it was. And that's called post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a normal event. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, but it does mean you might need to get some medical care to help ease the effects. So it's a mistake to kind of, again, soldier on and try to pretend that nothing's wrong. Item 10 on our list of mistakes people make is failing to keep a file of important records about what happened to you. This means just keeping in one place the instruction sheets that the doctors give you, the medical bills that relate to this, and also keeping your own notes about it, writing down things. All of that is good to keep, and it's bad not to keep it because it makes everybody's job harder later on trying to reconstruct what happened. So those are the mistakes people typically make when they're in this situation. We can help you get past some of this. We can help you avoid a lot of these mistakes. Give us a call if we can help with your case.